Okay, that I'll go ahead and get started. So give me just 1 second. Did you admit everyone to Zoom and all that? So the background is different today. You may notice this is our bedroom, which is kind of plain now. This is the corner. Give me just 1 more second. Okay, cool. So awesome. Thanks for being here today. We did a nice long hike yesterday with some friends. So definitely feeling that today, a little bit sore. And once Nico is done going live, I'm going to ask that he gives me my computer so I can read a quote today that I found for you guys. So why don't you go ahead and take a comfortable seat? No props for today. You can sit crisscross applesauce or half lotus or full lotus and just take a moment to get comfortable. And when you start to feel comfortable, sit up nice and tall and close your eyes. This morning, as I was on my social media, I came across a little story from a friend of mine, a dear friend of mine who's in this class now. And he shared what yoga has taught him. And this was written a year ago today. And it's so pertinent in our everyday practice. So because I know a lot of us didn't get to see this when he wrote it, I figured I'd share it now. So go ahead, get comfortable if you haven't already. This is what yoga has taught me and continually reminds me. On off days, of which there are a fair number, when I can't keep my balance, when some set of muscles won't do what I want them to do, when I struggle to maintain my breath, when I'm just not feeling it, I don't suck. I'm not a failure. I'm not a fraud. I don't compare myself to others. I just do what I'm capable of doing and let the rest of it fall away. If my balance is off, I fall and laugh. If my muscles are sore, I don't fight them. I let them take me as far as they can go. If I can't control my breath, I just breathe louder. I'm not a fraud. I've shown up and I keep coming back, which is good enough for me. And as Jenna says, it's only yoga. Laugh and have fun. So many times in yoga, we root down to rise up. And this is true in life too. Without roots, we can't rise. So every day, despite my shortcomings, I show up, I laugh, and I rise. It's only life. Loosen up and laugh. Take a few moments and let that soak in. Yoga isn't about perfection. Yoga is not about losing your shit. Yoga is about showing up for yourself, understanding yourself, your triggers, your whole life inside and outside of you so that you can show up stronger and better today and the next day. So just before this class, I did do that. I lost my shit just a little bit. And it's okay. I was triggered. And it's fine. Like there's nothing more to say than that, right? I am a human being. We are all human beings, and we have these tendencies to sometimes lose it. But how we pick ourselves up and how we move forward from that point armed with awareness, that's what matters most. How we move forward from this point to the next. Right? If you haven't done so already, start to slow down your breathing. filling up as much as you can and letting go as much as you can, like a wave of energy. As you draw your inhale through the nose, find the pelvic floor gently lifting. And as you exhale, find the opposite, the pelvic floor gently softening. Maintaining this wave of energy within the torso, moving up and moving down throughout the entirety of the body. Yoga teaches us how to become aware of the energy within and how to maneuver that energy within our body, how to take in the good, how to leave the not so good out, how to show up, how to be okay with showing up, and how to let go and laugh it off if we need to. When you're ready, let's invite our hands to heart center, palms together, thumbs against the chest. And we'll take a moment to find our intention today. And with that intention in our mind, together we find an inhale breath through our nose and a gentle exhale through the mouth, letting it go. Let's release the hands back down towards the knees. Blink open the eyes. Thanks again for being here today. Let's start on our hands and knees. Shoulders come over wrists, hips come above knees, and we'll just start to move the body, move the hips, move the spine, move the shoulders. Just take a few moments to wiggle the morning out, coming into a space of connection with mind and body. And start to warm up your wrists, turning the fingertips outward, wrists inward, and begin with a few circles around the wrist. Placing pressure on each point of the hand. And then switching the direction. Good, pause here, start to flip the fingertips back, wrists forward. And you can do this at one at a time or both simultaneously. And start to rock forward and back. As you come back, it's going to create a little bit more intensity. So if you're feeling a lot of that intensity, just keep the weight slightly forward. And maybe take a few circles here if that feels good, one direction and the other. Good. If you only did one hand, go ahead and flip the direction of the hands. Switch out the hands, do the other one, and continue on with a few circles. Awesome. Pause, curl the toes under, sit back on the heels, roll out the wrists, every which direction. Open and close. Good. Plant the hands. Start to curl the toes under, lift the knees up and back, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Start to pedal out the legs. Moving the hips, anything that feels natural to you today. And then start to create stillness here. First down dog of the day, spread the fingers as wide as you can, rooting firmly into the hands. Feel the hips lifting up and back, slight tilt of your tailbone upward towards the ceiling and a small bend in the knees to help awaken. See if you can ground down through the heels and on the opposite side, lifting the tailbone high. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. And then take the gaze forward, start to walk your feet forward, come into a ragdoll, legs hip width, soft bend in the knees, grabbing opposite elbows. Nice and long in the spine, belly rests on the thighs, let the crown of the head sink down towards the earth. Release your arms down towards the earth. Deep bend in the right knee, straighten the left leg. Inhale, sweep the left arm up towards the sky for a twist. Option to keep left hand here on the hip. If it feels a little bit too intense with the arm up. Good. On your exhale, switch it out. Left hand down, left knee bends, right leg straightens. Inhale, right arm to the sky. And exhale, bring the right hand down, nice and slow, round the spine up to standing. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Rolling the shoulders back, palms face forward, eyes softly closed, standing tall like a mountain. Because even on the hard days, even on the chaotic days, we can still find stillness within, still find our power like a mountain, and still be able to shake it off like a tree. So go ahead and blink open the eyes and shake it out. Move your hands and your shoulders, a couple wiggles here, and laugh it off. Laugh it off. And then returning to stillness, palms forward, shoulders back, big breath in through the nose. Sigh it out, exhale, let it go. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let go. One more time, inhale through the nose. Sigh it out, exhale through the mouth. Inhale, sweep the arms up and over, Urdhva Hastasana, palms together, lean back, biceps of the ears, lift through the sternum, slight tilt of the tailbone down towards the earth, and as you exhale with a strong core, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step back, high plank pose, shoulders come over wrists. Take a breath in here, hug the navel in and up towards the spine, breath out. Inhale, lift the kneecaps up. Exhale, one more inhale. As you exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Okay, breath in and out. Good. Inhale, shift forward, high plank pose. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, hips back, down dog. Good. Last time, inhale, shift forward, high plank. This time, exhale, lower body down to the mat, using knees if you need to. Uncurling the toes. Inhale, lift the chest, Bhujangasana, cobra pose, shoulders drawing back, elbows in. Exhale, releasing forehead down. Two more times. Inhale, lift the heart, cobra pose, shoulders back, elbows in. Exhale, release down. Last time here, rolling through cobra. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, neutral tabletop, and exhale, push back, child's pose. Big toes together to kiss, hips sink down on the heels, forehead down to the mat. Stay for a breath in. And let it go, breath out. And inhale here. As you exhale, slowly walk your hands to the left side, and you can place your right hand over left. Relaxing the right shoulder down, right hip down. As you inhale, walk back to center. And as you exhale, walk your hands to the right side, placing left hand over right. Rest the forehead, rest the left shoulder, rest the left hip. As you inhale, walk your hands back to center, child's pose. Exhale here. Inhale, rising up, neutral tabletop. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweeping the right leg up towards the sky. All 5 toes touch, facing down towards the yoga mat. As you exhale, slowly step your right foot between your hands. Left knee comes down towards the earth. Bringing both hands interlocking over right knee. Inhale, lifting the heart high. As you exhale, sinking into pelvis. Pull the navel in and up towards the spine. Find the stretch in that right hip flexor. Left hip flexor, excuse me. Bring your right forearm over right thigh. Inhale, left arm up, and exhale, left arm over, opening through psoas and hip flexor, drawing left shoulder back. Gaze can come up to help open that shoulder. Stay for a breath in and out. Good. Bring that left hand down inside left foot, right hand outside the foot. Inhale, half split. Pull your hips back, lengthening right leg forward, plugging the toes back towards the knee, lengthening your heart forward. Inhale, softening elbows as you exhale. Good. On your inhale, sweep your right arm up to the sky for a twist. See if you can pull your right hip crease back as you do this. You can hang out with a micro bend in the right knee, or try to dig the right heel down and towards the ground. See what that sensation creates for you in the leg. Stay for another breath in. Right hand down on the breath out. Inhale, bend into right knee. As you exhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat, high plank pose. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, lower body down to mat. Use knees if you need. Uncurling your toes, lifting the chest, cobra pose, shoulders back, elbows in. Exhale, forehead lowers down. One more time. Inhale, Bhujangasana, cobra pose, shoulders back, elbows in, big open heart. Exhale, relax down. Inhale, neutral tabletop. Exhale, child's pose, hips come back. And bring the palms together at the front of the mat. Take the thumbs to the back of the neck. Walk your elbows forward, maybe just one time here, as you sink the heart down towards the earth. Finding the stretch in the armpits and the lats and the shoulders. Take a moment, come back to your intention. Release your arms back down towards the ground. Inhale, rise up, neutral tabletop. Exhale, hips and back down, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep left leg up towards the sky, flexing foot, pushing back through heel. All 5 toes face the yoga mat. And then as you exhale, draw knee to nose, gazing forward, quietly stepping forward. Right knee sinks down to the earth. Fingers interlock over left knee. Push down into the knee as you lift the heart up. So we're creating elongation in the spine. See if you can relax through the pelvis, but holding that integrity of the spine. Good. Bring your left forearm on top of left thigh. Inhale, sweep right arm up and over, gazing to the right, opening through intercostal muscles of right side, really lengthening, finding the stretch in the front of that right hip. Try to keep a mild strength through the core and through the pelvis so that you're not sinking too deep here. One more breath in. Hands to the earth on the breath out. Inhale, half split. Pull your hips back, straightening left leg, toes flexing towards the knee, lengthening the heart forward, letting your elbows soften, hinging at the hips, folding over the leg. On your inhale, sweep your left arm up for a twist, drawing the left hip crease back. As you do this, again, you can have a micro bend in the knee or dig the heel down into the mat, especially if you're prone to hyperextension. Find the opening through the heart space, rooting down to rise. One more breath in. Left hand down on the breath out, gazing forward. Inhale, bend into left knee, exhale. Inhale, stepping back, high plank pose. As you exhale, lowering belly down to the mat, nice and slow. Inhale, lift the chest, cobra pose, drawing shoulders back, elbows in. Exhale, release down. Inhale, neutral tabletop or high plank. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Good. Start to walk your hands to the back of the mat. Hands towards the feet, halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale, belly onto the thighs, crown of the head sinks down. See if you can bring the hands behind the ankles. Squeezing torso in towards the legs, finding length of the spine, hips lifting higher, weight tilting forward towards the balls of the feet. And release your arms nice and slow. Start to ragdoll your body up to standing. Head stacks over shoulders last. When you're ready, inhale, sweep the arms up and over. Interlock your fingers, index fingers stay straight. Lengthen pinky fingers up towards the sky. And as you exhale, side bend to the right side. Lengthening through the side body on the left, grounding left foot down. Try to keep both arms straight and strong here, squeezing biceps with the ears. Gaze is up, shoulders back. Inhale, fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, side bend left side. Right arm's coming up and over. Squeezing biceps with the ears. Stamping right foot down. Lengthening all along that right leg and right side body. Gaze is up, right shoulders back. Inhale, the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, cactus your arms. Lift the sternum upward towards the sky. As you inhale, reach the arms back above the head. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Good. Gazing to the top of the mat, we're going to inhale, lift right leg up. Knee comes in towards the chest. Tadasana, mountain or staff pose, excuse me. Good. Look where you want to go and take a big step forward with that right foot coming into a lunge position. Try to land softly in that right foot. If you need to, wiggle left toes back, creating some more space here. Right knee is over the ankle, adjust as needed. Coming into that posture won't be perfect, especially for the first time that we do it, but we learn our body's mechanics, how far we can step, how far we can take the leap. Find a little bend in left knee, lengthen your tailbone down towards the earth, knitting the lowest rib cage down, reach the arms up and above the head, and then push back through that left heel once again. Good, stay for the breath in. On the breath out, twist to the right side, arms come wide, squeezing the inner thighs together. As you inhale, exalted warrior, left hand comes up, right hand touches down to left leg for a little support. And then as we exhale, we're going to cartwheel both hands down to the earth, framing right foot. Inhale, stepping back, high plank pose. Exhale through a vinyasa if you want, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Good. Walk the hands to the back of the mat. Try to keep the hands flat. Bend the knees if you need to. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Arms sweep up and over, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Shift the weight into the right foot. Inhale, left knee sweeps into towards the chest, staff pose. Ekapada Tadasana, one-legged mountain. Good. So we look where we want to go. And then we take a big step forward with that left foot, landing softly in the lunge. Knee comes over the ankle. We wiggle right toes back. Take a moment, set yourself up in that lunge shape. Little bend into the right knee, lengthen the tailbone down towards the mat. Lowest rib cage knits down, arms sweep up. When you find this shape, right heel pushes back. Softening the shoulders, lengthening through fingertips. Inhale. Vertical twist to the left side. Exhale, squeezing through the inner thighs. Twisting to the left, arms wide. Inhale, exalted warrior, lifting the right arm up towards the sky, open through the side body. And then as you exhale, cartwheeling both hands down to the mat, stepping left foot back, taking it through a vinyasa if you want. Chaturanga, Urdhva, Adho. Up dog, down dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Gaze forward, inhale. Bend the knees, jump or step your feet forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Arms up and over, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Anjali Mudra. With movement comes stillness. Finding stillness within the transitions of the postures. Connecting back to our breath. Bringing the hands behind the back, interlocking the fingers. Little bend in the elbows, little squeeze of the shoulders. Start to lift the sternum up. Standing yoga mudra. Try to keep your palms together here. Shoulders drawing away from the ears. Breath in. On the breath out, forward fold, hinging at the hips, bending the knees as you come down, lifting the arms up and over. Crown of the head sinks. Try to keep expanding through the heart space. Lengthen upward through the pinky fingers. On your inhale, chair pose, dropping hips, bending knees, sweeping arms up. Knees come behind toes, weights in the heels, knitting the lowest rib cage down, lifting the arms up. Try to lengthen through the spine as you sink into the hips. So trying to maintain the length of our torso. Another breath in, breath out. Inhale, shift the weight into the right foot, staff pose, pull left knee in and up towards the chest. Arms come up and above the head. As you exhale, figure four squat, cross left ankle over right knee, hands come down to the heart. As you push your hips back, try to maintain the heart lifted. Flex the left foot to protect your knee here, letting left knee sink down. Inhale, rise back up, staff pose, arms come up and over, firming the tricep muscles by lifting upward through the pinky fingers. As you exhale, slow and steady, stepping back to a high crescent lunge. Try to land in the length that you usually have for that crescent lunge. Right knee is stacked over the ankle, arms reaching up and above the head. Lengthen through the torso, recreate that crescent. Good. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, hinge at the hips, maintaining biceps with the ears. Hinge, 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 and then bring your hand down to frame the right foot. Inhale, lift your left heel higher off the ground. And then as you exhale, let your elbows soften, folding over that right leg. Try to draw your right hip crease back as you push down through right toe mound. And keep your toes spread really wide here. Start to bend that right knee. Inhale, rise back up, high crescent lunge. Exhale here. Inhale, pull left knee in and up towards the chest. Staff pose. As you exhale, kick left leg straight. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, kick the left leg straight. Exhale, bend the knee. One more time. Inhale, kick straight. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale here. Exhale, chair pose. Stamp left foot on the ground. Bend both knees, sinking the hips low. Try to keep the arms above the head. Knitting the lowest rib cage down and in. Thumbs coming back. When you're ready, inhale, staff pose. Shift weight into left foot. Pull right knee in and up towards the chest. Good. And then when you're ready, figure four squat. Right ankle comes over left knee. Hands lower down to the heart. Pushing the hips slightly out, flexing the right foot, keeping the heart high. Ekapada Utkatasana. So one-legged chair pose. When you're ready, inhale, transition back, staff pose. Arms come up and overhead. Firm tricep muscles once again, softening shoulders away from the ears. And then when you're ready, exhale nice and slow. Stepping back to that high crescent lunge. Again, try to land in the length of your crescent lunge. So right foot goes to the back of the mat. Enough so left knee can stack over the ankle. Good. Stay in it. Breath in and out. Inhale, straightening left leg. Exhale, hinge at the, a little wobbly. Hinge at the hips. Hinge, hinge, hinge. Biceps with the ears. Lower the hands down towards the earth. Lift the right heel really high off the ground. And then as you exhale, soft bend in the elbows, crown of the head sinking down. Pulling left hip crease back, pushing down through the toe mound of left foot. And start to bend left knee. Inhale, sweep both arms up and overhead, high crescent. Exhale here. Inhale, pull right knee into the chest, staff pose. Exhale here. Inhale, kick right leg straight. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, kick it straight. Exhale, bend the knee. One more time. Inhale, kick straight. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale. Chair pose, exhale. Stamp right foot down to the earth. Sink the hips low. Breath in. Breath out. Good. One more inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Jump or step back through your vinyasa, exhale. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Shift weight forward, high plank pose. As you exhale, lower body down to the mat. Use knees if you need to. Take a moment, breath in. Breath out. Interlocking hands behind the back, palms together, little bend in the elbows. Lift your shoulders up by the ears and then draw the shoulder blades down the back. Try to lengthen pinkies towards your heels and then lift hands off of the glutes. When you're ready, inhale, peel the chest up off the mat. Keep the gaze down, half locust pose. You can stay here today or start to lift your legs off the mat as well, spreading all 10 toes. One more breath in, lowering down on the breath out. Release the grip, rest one ear down towards the mat. Hands interlock behind the back one more time. This time non-dominant grip, outside finger in, inside finger out. Lift the shoulders up by the ears, rotate shoulder blades down your back, trying to lengthen your arms, lift the hands off the glutes, and then when you're ready, peel the legs off of the mat, locust pose. Spreading all 10 toes, keep the hands off the glutes, keep your gaze down, trying to find that posterior chain strength. So all the strength in the back body for 5, 4, 3, 2, and gently release for 1. Release the grip of the hands, opposite ear comes to the mat. This time bending the knees, windshield wiper the legs left and right. Plant your hands by your chest. Inhale, rising up, neutral tabletop. And take a moment, wiggle out the hips. Awesome. Extend your right leg behind you and bring the toes down towards the earth. Drop your right heel down towards the earth. Kickstanding left foot off of the mat. As you inhale, modified side plank, right arm comes up and over. As you exhale, bring right arm over the head. Taking your gaze upward towards the ceiling, try to lengthen through the fingertips of the right as you anchor into the outside edge of right foot, finding the stretch all along that right side body. As you inhale, slowly, slowly lift right leg off of the mat. Try to dial all 5 toes sideways. So the tendency is for the toes to lift upward towards the ceiling. Hold here, find the strength in the hips. Good, on your exhale, gently set right foot down towards the earth. Anchor into the outside edge of the foot. And then on your inhale, lift both arms up and above the head, setting up for gate pose. As you exhale, side bend to the right side, right hand comes down, left arm comes over, gaze is coming up. Try to keep that right leg nice and strong here, getting that groin stretch and heart opener. Good, nice and slow, yogis. We're gonna cartwheel both hands down to the earth, hands planting to the front of the mat. As you inhale, lift right leg off the ground, turn your left toes back to center. And then as you exhale, draw knee to nose. Inhale, kick the right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, knee to nose. Good. Inhale, kick the right leg back, pause here, curl left toes under. Lift left knee up, right leg up and back, 3-legged downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Go one more inhale. Right foot touches the earth, exhale. Good, inhale here. Knees lower down to the earth, exhale here. Inhale, extend left leg behind you. Toes curl down to the mat. Left heel comes down. Kickstanding right foot. Inhale, left arm sweeps up, modified side plank. Exhale, left arm over the head, side body stretch. Try to lift up through your left hip towards the ceiling. Good. Firm the arm, the left arm, and slowly, slowly start to lift left leg off of the mat. All 5 toes facing the left side. Try not to collapse into the right shoulder. Try to stay really strong here. Good. Next, exhale, left hand floats down towards the mat. Inhale, twisting back to center. Exhale, draw left knee to nose. Inhale, kick back, strong core. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, three-legged down dog. Lift right knee off the mat, pushing the hips back. Left leg lifts high. Breath in, breath out. Sink left foot down towards the earth. Take an inhale. Exhale. Take the gaze forward, bend the knees, jump or step your feet to the outer edges of your hands, yogi squats. Toes out, heels in, lower the hips down. Hands come to the heart, pushing the knees outward. Knees push the elbows back inward. Palms push together. See if you can lift through the spine. Shoulders drawing back. Imagine someone has a string being pulled from the crown of the head, lengthening you taller. If this posture is really easy for you, try to lift your hips about 3 inches off the ground. One more breath in. One more out. Good. Take your peace fingers to your big toes. Hook them on the big toes. Inhale, lift the hips. As you exhale, heel toe your feet in, hip width. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, let your elbows bend towards the side. Crown of the head sinks down. A little soft bend in the knees. Release the grip of the feet, nice and slow. Start to round your spine up to standing. Take a moment here, breath in, breath out. Blink open your eyes. Shift the weight into your right foot, lift the right kneecap up. Feel your quadricep engage here. And notice if when you shift the weight, you kind of want to collapse into the right side. Instead, try to lift the inner arch of the foot. Try to grow from the hip rather than sinking down into it. Shift your eye gaze to an unmoving point 3 feet in front of your mat, your drishti point. And you can take, setting up for tree pose, taking left foot to the ankle of the right, or you can take it up a little bit higher to the shin just below the knee, or all the way up to the inner thigh. Left hip draws forward, left knee draws back. Keep working the lift of the inner arch of the right foot, the kneecap, and the hip. Invite the hands to heart center in prayer. Rooting down through your foot to rise up through the crown of the head. Start to bring your arms up and over the head. As you lengthen your fingertips up, try to squeeze the biceps with the ears. See if there's any tension being held, any unconscious tension. Interlock your fingers, keep your index fingers straight. Find a gentle side bend to the right side. Don't have to go super deep here. Move slowly, finding the counterbalance of the left leg and arms. As you inhale, come back through center. Exhale, lower the hands down to the heart. Inhale, pull left knee into the chest, staff. Exhale, slowly bring left foot down to the earth. Gently shift the weight into the left foot, spread the left toes, lift the kneecap, engage your quadricep, strengthen that outer hip muscle, bringing right foot to your ankle or to your shin, just below your knee. Skip your knee, third option, foot inside the thigh. Right hip comes forward, right knee draws back. Hands are at heart center in prayer, Anjali Mudra. Already creating length in the left side, but the simultaneous action is a root down through the foot. So as my friend mentioned in his quote, in his story that he shared, we cannot root down without rising up, right? One can't happen without the other. Sometimes we fall, but we take a moment, we gather our strength, and we come right back into it. Let's start to reach the arms up and over. Maintain the palms together as you reach up with the fingertips. Notice how this lifts you up out of that hip. Cross your fingers, keep the index fingers straight. And slow and steady with that length, we take a slow side bend to the left side. Try to stay strong, sturdy, stable, rooted, grounded. Simultaneously, we are relaxed, we're flowing, we're breezy, just like the leaves in the tree. As you inhale, draw back to center. As you exhale, lower the hands down to the heart, uncrossing the fingers. Inhale, right knee into the chest. Exhale, right foot down to the earth. Balancing the weight on both feet now. Take a moment, let your left leg restore itself naturally. Let your breath be fluid, long and slow. One more breath in. One more out. Turning to the left side of the mat. So still at the top, take a big step out with that left foot, setting up for your wide-legged forward fold. Bringing the arms up and over. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, nice and slow, we hinge at the hips. Hinge, hinge, hinge. Bring the hands down. Walk your hands back, fingertips in line with the toes. Tilting the weight forward towards the balls of the feet. Let the hips lift higher. Try to draw your shoulders near your ears first and then rotate them behind the back. So this maintains a little expansion in your heart space. Elbows are bent at 90 degrees. And on the inhale, lift the heart up. As you exhale, walk your hands to your left foot and bend your left knee, Skandasana, side lunge. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, walk your hands to the right, bend into right knee, Skandasana, side lunge. Inhale, come back to center. Reach the arms up and overhead, star. As you exhale, turn your right toes forward to the front of the mat and then bend your right knee, warrior two. Arms come parallel to the earth, gazing forward. Right knee is over the ankle, moving outward towards your pinky toe. When you're ready, flip the front hand, inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, extended side angle, bringing the forearm to the top of the thigh. Arm comes up and over, try to draw the shoulder away from the ear. Good, nice and slow, inhale, rise up, star. Turn the right toes in, left toes to the back of the mat. Exhale, warrior two, bend your left knee, arms come parallel. Drawing knee outward, knee is stacking. Flipping the left hand, inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, extended side angle, bringing the forearm to the top of the thigh. Top arm comes up and over. Try to draw the shoulder away from the ears. You lengthen through fingertips, grounding into outside edge of back foot. And take your gaze down, plant right hand to the earth, step left foot to the back of the mat, high plank. Exhale through a vinyasa if you want, or just push your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Taking your gaze between the hands, bend the knees, jump or step your feet to the outer edges of your hands, yogi squat, malasana. Sinking the hips low, pushing knees outward, knees push back inward. Let your eyes close here if that's comfortable. You ready? Blink open the eyes. Try to lengthen the heart as much as you can. Try to lengthen the spine as much as you can, excuse me. And then slowly bring your hips down. Keep your spine nice and tall. Keep your core engaged. Lift your legs up, boat pose. Knees squeeze together, ankles squeeze together, shoulders drop back. Spine still nice and tall. Start to pull your feet towards each other, the bottom of the feet towards each other, knees open wide. Set your feet down on the earth. Start to lengthen your heart forward, 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 coming into a forward fold. Resting down when it feels comfortable for you. Taking a few breaths for yourself. Sending good energy into our world. As you inhale, you'll lift your heart back up. Turn to face you. Walk your hands back. So feet still together. We'll take our hands, bring the palms to face outward. Elbows come inward. So it's okay if you can't squeeze all the way in. You're going to lean forward enough so that your elbows rest on the inner thighs, knee area, and slowly start to bring your knees inward towards each other. Now be really careful and mindful here. You can draw your shoulders back, lift the heart up, and carefully the inner thighs are squeezing the elbows together. Now, for anyone that is like myself and they like to sleep on their shoulder, on their arm, on their side, or there's a little imbalance or a little tightness in tricep or in rotator cuff, this is going to feel really intense. So just move really easily and gently into it. You don't have to go to your final destination in this position. Let the journey be the destination, right? Stay for the breath in and out. Gently release the legs, let them reopen. Bring the arms out. Good. Hands rest on the knees, and we take a few shoulder rolls. Forward, and then bring it, and then back. And coming into a crisscross position, so easy seated. Bring the arms up and over, take an inhale. As you exhale, twist to your right side, bring your left hand outside of right knee, right hand behind the body, tall spine as you inhale, twist as you exhale, taking the gaze over that right shoulder. As you inhale, bring the arms back above the head, big open heart, lean back. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand comes outside left knee, left hand behind us, tall spine. Inhale, twist to the left as you exhale. Inhale, bring the arms back above the head. Exhale for an easy back bend, lifting sternum up. As you inhale, bring the arms back above the head. Exhale, plant the hands, roll onto the knees. Uncross your ankles, curl the toes under, lift your hips up and back, down dog. Maybe have to step your feet back for this. Inhale, sweep your right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bring it forward for pigeon pose. Right foot comes to your left wrist. Right knee sinks down towards the earth. Sliding left foot back, left knee comes down. Probably still facing the back of your mat, I would think. Either way is fine. Try to bring the weight into that left hip. Inhale, lift the heart high. And then as you exhale, walk your hands forward, come into your sleeping pigeon pose. Take a few moments to be within your body, within your own energy, so that you can go out and spread that energy into the world. There is a big collective shift and a big collective suffering going around the world right now, namely in the United States. And while I don't always talk about these sorts of things in my yoga classes, I think that it's important to understand that change begins with us. And if we are too serious about ourselves and we don't learn how to laugh at ourselves or learn how we can stay grounded in order to rise, we won't be able to share those nuggets of love, nuggets of information with other people in our life. We can't spread it. So when we come onto our yoga mat, when we come into the sacred space of practice, of mindfulness, of love, of joy, of compassion, empathy, sympathy, we slowly begin to change the energy within us so that we can share that energy. So everything starts and ends with ourselves in our own life, and then how we can share that with others. How can we show up to be of service for our world? When you're ready, start to peel your chest up, walk your hands back, curl your left toes under, lift your right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Bring any movements into that right leg that you need. And then softly bring right foot down. Inhale, sweep left leg high. Exhale, bring it forward, pigeon. Left foot comes towards right wrist, left knee comes down. Right knee sinks down to the earth, as does the hip. Try to maintain the weight towards the right versus the left. Left sort of pulls the stretch out. As you inhale, lift your heart high. And then as you exhale, you'll walk your hands forward, coming into a sleeping pigeon. Without bringing awareness to ourselves, observing our own tendencies, our triggers, when we lose it, right? Without being aware of those things, we cannot be aware of the other things that go on around us. So while it's easy to deflect and to pay attention to the external world, what are we saying when we do that? What are we saying about our own self? I know we've all heard the saying of putting on our own oxygen mask before helping others, and that is the truth. We need to fill our jar to invoke that overflowing love within us, that change. Keep breathing here. 30 seconds, your body recognizes you're in a stretch. After about 60 seconds, your body starts to think of this stretch as your new normal. So the sensations that you feel start to slowly dissipate. And they become your body's new normal, even if for a temporary moment. When you add breathing into the mix, breathing into the part of the body that is experiencing this sensation, our body begins to change and evolve. When you're ready, start to lift your heart up, planting the hands, curl the right toes under, lifting left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Take any movements in that leg that you need. And then when you're ready, setting that left foot down. Taking the gaze forward between the hands, stepping through to a seated position, extending your legs forward. Soft bend in the knees. Bring the arms up overhead, Dandasana. And then as you exhale, hinge at the hips, bringing the arms forward, grabbing the outer edges of feet or ankles for Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Lift your shoulders up by the ears and then rotate them down the back. Lengthen the heart forward as you inhale. And then as you exhale, start to come down, torso towards the shins. Forehead comes down towards the shins. Try to maintain the shoulders back. Keep lengthening forward, 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 hinging, hinging, hinging. When you're ready, you'll inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale here. Walk your hands back, coming to a supine position. Drawing both knees inward towards your chest. Taking a few circles here. Massaging the lower back, massaging the spine. Arms to a capital T, drop the knees to the right side. You can scoot your hips to the left here. Draw back to center as you inhale. Knees to the left, hips to the right as you exhale. Bring your knees back to center as you inhale. Wrap the arms around the legs. Give yourself a little hug here. Change begins with us. If there's any final movements that you need, take those now. Otherwise, start to extend your legs long into your final resting posture, your Shavasana. Letting the palms face upward towards the ceiling. The eyes to softly close. Taking one last inhalation through the nose. And a big sigh through the mouth. Surrendering into stillness. Shavasana. This is what yoga has taught and continually reminds me. On off days, of which there are a fair number, when I can't keep my balance, when some set of muscles won't do what I want them to do, when I struggle to maintain my breath, when I'm just not feeling it, I don't suck. I'm not a failure. I'm not a fraud. I don't compare myself to others. I just do what I'm capable of doing and let the rest of it fall away. If my balance is off, I fall and laugh. If my muscles are sore, I don't fight them. I let them take me as far as they can. If I can't control my breath, I just breathe louder. I'm not a fraud. I've shown up and I keep coming back, which is good enough for me. It's only yoga. Laugh and have fun. So many times in yoga, we root down to rise up. And this is true in life too. Without roots, we can't rise. So every day, despite my shortcomings, I show up, I laugh, and I rise. Return to your breath. Deep inhalation in, full exhalation out. Reach the arms up and above the head, taking a full body stretch here. Draw your knees towards your chest, turn the body to one side in the fetal position, utilizing the bicep like a pillow. And take comfort knowing that every day we have a new opportunity to grow, to rise, to mess up, and to try again. That's life. At your own speed, gently and slowly rise to a seated position, maintaining the eyes closed, moving within the space that you've created in your own heart. We invite our hands to heart center, final time today, together taking one last inhalation through the nose and a soft exhalation through the mouth out. We bring our thumbs to our forehead and bow the head down, and it's with all the gratitude, all the love, all the joy inside my heart that I bow to you, yogis, for showing up to your yoga mat today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste. Thank you again for being here. It was amazing. Thank you to my dear friend, he's in the class, for that wonderful quote. This is our last class will be Monday. We're going to take a 2-week vacation. So make sure you tune in Monday at 4:30 p.m. I will send out an email of what to expect over the next few weeks. Other than that, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, class is free if you need to, by donation if you can, at Feel Good Yoga. And please know that I love you and I appreciate you. I'm so grateful that you are here each and every day. Thank you. Namaste.